General Hospital spoilers reveal the two turtle doves that Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, bestowed upon Spencer Cassadine, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, have become quite a focal point of the relationship between the late young Cassadine and his paramour, Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali. As Trina continues to carry her half of the duo with her in the wake of Spencer's death, with everyone believing they'll never see him again, Spencer is still out there waiting to come home. As we all try to guess how he'll make his grand return to Port Charles, is it possible that Cyrus already knows where he is? Might it even be Cyrus who deployed Esme Prince, Avery Kristen Pohl, to take him down and off that ship? Rumor has it that Trina might be the one to figure out that Turtle Dove is more than just a keepsake, and it could lead her right to her long-lost love. As Cyrus continues to preach the gospel of the Lord and insists he's turned over a new leaf, most everyone around him isn't buying it. They know the old Cyrus will rear his head eventually, and when he does, they'll be ready. They're not being duped into trusting him only to have it blow up in their faces. But as Laura Collins, Jenny Francis, inches closer toward him out of desperation, her heart may be on the chopping block. She has already lost so much, and although Nicholas Cassadine, Adam Huss, is back, he's going to be in prison for a presumably long time. Will Cyrus be the foe-turned-friend who helps mend her broken heart? After all, it stands to reason that Cyrus making inroads with the family will make for a much more elaborate explosion that ripples throughout the family and all of Port Charles when it is revealed he knew Spencer would go missing in those rough waters before he ever stepped foot on that boat. Rumor has it Trina's half of the turtle doves will incur some damage, and that destruction to it may reveal it actually houses a tracking device. Once Trina puts two and two together, she will connect the dots and realize Spencer's turtle dove likely had a tracking device on it as well. If anyone has the answer to where Spencer may be, dead or alive, she has to know it, and that will start with Cyrus. When Cyrus insists he knows nothing about the tracking devices inside of the turtle doves, no one will have any way to prove that he's lying, even though they won't believe him. It's likely that Jocelyn Joss Jacks, Eden McCoy, will insist upon Damian Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, doing some of his eighth magic and figuring out where the other half to the set of turtle doves might be. Will this ultimately be the way we find out Spencer is still alive? And how might it implicate Cyrus as the truth comes out? Stay tuned for more GH news and spoilers to find out. As General Hospital continues to twist the lives of its beloved characters in unpredictable and often life-altering ways, the audience is left to wonder what's next for Spencer Cassadine. With enemies lurking at every corner, a new and bizarrely unexpected twist might just be the thing that saves him. Could it be a turtle dove tracking device? Let's break down the shocking, emotional, and heart-pounding potential future ahead for Spencer as he faces off against everything Port Charles throws his way. As one of the most complicated and conflicted characters on General Hospital, Spencer Cassadine has come a long way from the misunderstood teen rebel he once was. Having spent years living in the shadow of his notorious family, Spencer has been on a path toward redemption. But with every step forward, it feels like there's always someone or something pulling him 2 steps back. Spencer's past is riddled with enemies, from his grandfather, Victor Cassadine, whose manipulations and schemes are legendary, to his own relatives like Nicholas, who have at times shown him betrayal instead of support. But none may be as dangerous as the mysterious, increasingly violent figures hunting Spencer in the shadows. Whether it's people seeking revenge for his actions or those who want to exploit his name and legacy, Spencer is not in the safest of positions. At the heart of Spencer's story, there lies the key question: will he make it out of this unscathed, or will the forces aligned against him be too strong to overcome? That's where the bizarre yet fascinating idea of a turtle dove tracking device comes into play. While it sounds utterly far-fetched, General Hospital has always been known for its wild and unexpected plot twists. Could something as seemingly innocuous as a tracking device embedded within a dove's feathers save Spencer's life? Let's explore this far-fetched theory. When discussing Spencer's survival chances, it's essential to revisit the legacy he carries as a Cassadine. The Cassadines are one of the most infamous families in Port Charles, known for their ruthless ambition and often morally questionable actions. From freezing people in cryogenic chambers to creating deadly viruses, The Cassadines have long had their hands in some of the most diabolical plots imaginable. Spencer's relationship with his father, Nicholas, has always been strained. Despite Nicholas's efforts to be a good father, his own ties to the family business have often taken priority. This fractured father-son bond has left Spencer vulnerable, especially when he tries to break free from the family's dark history and seek a path of his own. However, Spencer has learned over the years that the world isn't always as black and white as he might have hoped. His mother, Courtney, tried to shield him from the worst of the Cassadine influence, but now as an adult, Spencer has learned that survival means being just as devious as his enemies. The question now is whether he can make the right choices to protect himself from the ever-looming threat of Victor Cassadine and others seeking to bring him down. What could a turtle dove have to do with saving Spencer's life? Traditionally, turtle doves are symbols of peace, love, and protection, often featured in art, literature, and religious contexts. But in the world of General Hospital, even the most symbolic items are given a new twisted role in the larger narrative. Imagine Spencer finding himself in a precarious situation, being stalked by an enemy that no one can seem to track. Whether it's an assassin hired by Victor Cassadine or a rival faction trying to take him down, Spencer is constantly running for his life. Enter a turtle dove, which could easily be positioned as the most unexpected yet symbolic solution to this problem. What if this particular dove was actually part of a highly intricate and secretive Cassadine plot? In an effort to protect Spencer from his enemies, his family, or perhaps an unlikely ally, could implant a tiny tracking device within the dove's feathers. This device would serve a dual purpose, symbolizing peace while secretly providing Spencer with a lifeline when he is cornered. The beauty of this tracking device is its subtlety. The dove could be released into the wild, blending in with nature and drawing little attention. To anyone watching, it would appear to be a mere bird flying aimlessly. However, the tracking device embedded in its feathers would send a signal to a hidden receiver, allowing Spencer's allies to track his every movement. But how would this tracking device actually save Spencer's life? The most likely scenario that could unfold from this tracking device idea is a pulse-pounding chase. Picture Spencer finding himself in yet another life-or-death situation, cornered by dangerous foes with nowhere to go. As Spencer's enemies close in, the last thing he might expect is the very thing that could save him: a turtle dove. Perhaps Spencer is running through the woods, his back pressed against a tree as he hears his enemies closing in. They've tracked him for days, and it seems there's no way out. Suddenly, a lone turtle dove flies overhead, catching the attention of Spencer's pursuers. They don't know it, but this bird holds the key to Spencer's survival. As the bird flutters toward Spencer, he quickly realizes that it is no ordinary dove. It is carrying the tracker. Its allies, perhaps someone like Ava Jerome or Trina Robinson, could be watching through a hidden surveillance system, tracking the device. They would have been monitoring Spencer's movements. And now, just in time, they send in a rescue team, perhaps Dan Falconeri or Jason Morgan, to swoop in and save him from certain death. The beauty of the situation is that the dove, typically a symbol of peace, could turn into an instrument of warfare, saving Spencer by leading his rescuers right to him. A delicate balance of symbolism and survival. As with any General Hospital twist, the most thrilling part is often the surprise reveal of who is behind the grand scheme. Could the dove and its tracking device be part of a larger plan orchestrated by someone unexpected? Is there an unknown benefactor out there, pulling strings to protect Spencer from his enemies? Or is this the work of someone within the Cassadine family? A long-lost relative perhaps, who has been watching Spencer from the shadows all along? One possibility is that Helena Cassadine, Spencer's grandmother, has returned from the dead to orchestrate a final act of protection for her grandson. Helena, ever the manipulative mastermind, might see this as the last chance to redeem herself in Spencer's eyes. After all, Helena was known for her schemes and dramatic flair, and a turtle dove tracking device would be something she might come up with to save her hair, just as much as she would use a weapon to destroy her enemies.